Right, the news. Now, we've heard from Nissan this week about a recall. Recalls, if you don't know, is when a manufacturer holds up its hands and say, yeah, there's a problem with one of our cars, bring it in and we'll fix it, they tell the owners. Usually there's 1,000, a few thousand, maybe a few 100,000. This particular recall is for 2.5 million Nissan. 2.5 million
And
cars.
what we were thinking was, where do you get the envelopes from?
Yes.
And you walk into the local envelope supplier and go, we'd like 2.5 million. And then you've got the photocopying down at Prontoprint. Could you copy this forward,
And
please?
somebody's given a list right to these people, tell them. But the bit that I like to think about particularly is, at some point, there must have been a moment in an office when somebody realised, ooh. And they had that long walk down the corridor to the big office and sort of...
Yes, what is it, Watkins? You better not have mucked up again.
Not another recall, is it? How many is it this time? 100,000? 200,000? Come on, give me the worst.
2.5 million.
2.5 million cars. I mean, how much is that going to cost in stamps?
Yeah, exactly.
Before you get the car in to actually fix it, 2.5 million stamps.
Now, last week we were having a bit of a row about sports cars, and you championed the S2000 Honda, which was rubbish. And interesting enough, Honda have improved it. They've given it...
Impossible to improve.
No, they've given it a clock
Yeah.
and a fruitier horn tone.
Oh, that's nice. Does it look any different?
Look
Is it the
at
same?
that. Look at that.
That's a board. Oh, no, it is a sports car.
Majesty.
You still lost
Am I
it, didn't
right
you?
about the Honda S2000?
No, you're
Hands
not.
up if you think I'm right. Hands up if it was the S2000.
About
That's the
3
majority.
people. That was about 3 people.
300.
And you still lost.
If it had been dry, and if your two cars hadn't,
Turned up.
it would have won.
Would it have won with a new horn tone?
No, the new horn tone is simply because of the speed it goes, you need a richer horn tone to get the... I was going to use the wrong word there, to get your cars out of the way.
It's so the deaf old buggers driving it, because it's a Honda, can hear the horns working at all. Can I talk about something else now, please? The police, it seems, are tired of people ripping up and destroying their speed cameras, which apparently does go on. So they've decided instead they're going to use old people. Sounds like a very good idea. They're going to arm, it's a pilot scheme, they're going to arm vigilantes with speed guns and then send them out into their communities to zap people.
To stop their neighbours.
What kind of a person is going to say, yes, that's the job for me, I'll get a speed camera, and it's a job for Paul Burrell. He's done his employers, now I'm going to do my neighbours and friends. But what kind of a country are we living in where people actually think that there will be people who think, yes, I want to go and catch that bloke at number 27 doing 31 miles an hour.
And the point is, the only people who have the time to do this, and even the police, I'm sure will admit this, are retired people. It's going to be old people in cardigans.
Yes, actually we're safe. We're safe. Let's imagine the scene in your little village. Oh, Doris, I think there's a car coming. Get your ray gun, let's go out and have a look. Oh, have you turned the kettle off?
Do you want to
Have you
win?
locked all the... Have you been to the lavatory, Bill? Because you need to. Quite some time. Oh, come on then, have you locked the door? Have you locked the door? Oh, we've got the taps inside or out. Oh, I don't know, here he comes. Come on, be quickly, get your... That's not your radar gun, love, that's your hairdryer. Oh, Bill. Oh, Bill, you've come out in your slippers.
I've thought about this actually. If you wanted to do it really cleverly, if you didn't like your neighbour, just ring them up at work, tell them the house is on fire, and sit at the end of their road with your radar. This is an unusual thing. Jeremy, do you want to sit back and have a little nap or something? Because you're not going to be very interested. It's about a bike. Go away. This is the Dodge Tomahawk. They built one of these things, and it's by Chrysler. They put the engine out the Viper. You know, the Viper, great big engine. About 420 miles an hour, possibly, potential speed. Let's have a look at this thing. Absolutely astonishing. They built one. They're going to actually sell them through mail order.
That's a bike.
Well,
it's
I
not
have one
4
way.
wheels and a Dodge Viper engine. I call that a car.
I think they may have been confused.
We don't do bikes on this programme.
What is the problem?
Can I just ask you though, Jeremy, I'm interested in this. What is it you don't get about bikes? I want to try and
I just
help
don't want
you.
to dress up like a Power Ranger and drive to a pub and drink orange juice all afternoon.
You like these cars that you get involved with, and so do I, and I'd never give up a car, but a bike, you are much more, back me up, at one with a bike. Your body
You're at one with the
is
bike
part
until
of
you hit the tree, and then you're at one with that.
I think it's simply that you know deep down in your heart of hearts, if you were on a bike, you would look ridiculous.
Yes, I would,
And that's what
because
it
everyone on a
means.
bike with that leather arse. Look at that. Look at my bottom. Oh, I've got a zigzag blue thing on the front of my suit and I'm wearing a hat like a terrorist. Have you ever fallen out of a car?
No.
Well, there you are. Driving down the M40, hit a half-bridge, boom, I've fallen out.
That's user error. It's not obligatory.
Can I just move it on?
Yes.
I heard a great story this week. You know Travelodge, the little hotels at the side of the road, they've decided that now they will open up their rooms, rent them for half an hour at a time to hired motorists during the day. That's your fiver.
A gentleman and a lady motorist decide they need a little bit of a break.
I immediately thought the same as you. A gentleman and a lady motorist are driving along and say, let's have a nap. For half an hour, for a fiver in the Travelodge. But no, they're actually saying the rooms are only single occupancy. They'll only allow you in there on your own.
So why would you want to have a...
I've just been looking at this picture of Pamela Anderson and I need a nap. For 5 minutes.
Now, imagine you're driving...